Ciao a tutti, sono Veryvideogames. Oggi continuiamo con The Council e andiamo avanti.
George Washington.
George Washington. Vediamo. Ok, poi parlerò con lui per il momento. Guardo tutto, poi dopo vediamo. Mio caro Giorgio, vi confermo l'invito a raggiungermi presso la mia dimora. C'è un progetto di cui vorrei discutere con voi. È tempo che gli Stati Uniti svolgano un ruolo più importante sul palcoscenico mondiale. Capisco ad ogni modo la vostra riluttanza a giocare con il fuoco. So che la vostra nazione è ancora molto giovane, ma siete certo che non farei mai nulla che possa mettere a rischio ciò che abbiamo costruito insieme. Spero di rivedervi presto, il vostro amico William. Ok.
A map of Connecticut.
Ok ragazzi, sto guardando un po' tutta la stanza e poi ovviamente parlerò con Washington per vedere cosa ci dice, insomma. Niente, possiamo sbloccare, quindi vai via. Ok, direi di parlare con Washington.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Sembra stia soffrendo, aveva parlato, chiedi, vediamo, sembra che
Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes, she came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Did she tell you why she was so desperate to get some, Mr. President?
She said she had terrible migraines that wouldn't go away.
More likely for the voices she heard, not the migraines.
Ok.
Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed. Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry. But that case was closed, if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened. And I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry. Countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes, she came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
E lui ne consuma molto.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
It's just for that, then?
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age, It's rare to have no problems in that domain.
And do you take a lot?
A moderate amount, Louis. Only the dosage indicated on the prescription of my doctor.
Niente, vai via.
I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Comunque, non penso proprio c'entra qualcosa lui. Non credo proprio. Almeno. Non penso proprio c'entra lui.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Ok, quella del cardinale non me la fa visitare.
Huh, that's me.
No, questa è la nostra, ok.
Monsieur Napoleon
Napoleone
Bonaparte.
Bonaparte. Bonaparte. Vediamo un po'. Unità scoperta, fammi vedere. Persuasione politica, ok.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly.
Ah sì, questa è la lettera che avevamo letto. Sì, va, perché di nascosto l'avevamo già visitata la sostanza.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him. My dear Napoleon,
Mio caro Napoleone, come già discusso, vorrei chiedervi di unirvi a noi a gennaio sulla mia isola in occasione del nostro incontro fra rappresentanti dell'alta società. Potremmo proseguire la discussione in merito al nostro progetto di un nuovo ordine per la Francia. Ho una proposta da farvi relativamente al vostro desiderio di porre un condottino forte alla testa della vostra nazione. Confido nella vostra discrezione. A proposito della riunione che ci attende, a presto, Lord William Mortimer. Ok. Ok, parliamo con Napoleone, vediamo un po'.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Come mai tutta questa fretta?
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Con chi?
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaggi as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned
Oh,
us
dear.
out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
Possiede una
As any
pistola?
good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my pistol. Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you.
Era vicino alla stanza
Someone
di
saw you
Elizabeth.
not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Avete riconosciuto
Were
l'intruso?
you able to recognize the prowler?
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark, and Lord Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
È sincero?
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was
Già,
lying.
anche io.
Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already.
Ok, neanche lui pensa sia
Well, have we
stato.
finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Boh, anche lui, boh, non credo sia stato nemmeno lui. Boh.
Duchess Emily Hillsbury.
Poi duchessa, non lo so, sospetto un po', Mamma mia,
Tending
sta villa
children
è
at the
tutta piena
orphanage
di
in Harlem.
quadri,
I find it a little hard to
quadri.
understand King George III in Coronation Rose.
Ok, guardiamo prima
Nice
questa
touch for the
parte.
room of an English duchess.
Cara ho ricevuto la tua ultima lettera. Sfortunatamente la corona ha informato l'ordine dorato che la nostra missione non dovrà in alcun modo ostacolare i piani del signore di Sir Gregory. Hanno senza dubbio sostegno dei piani alti di Buckingham Palace. Pertanto abbiamo le mani legate e poco spazio di manovra. Teniamo al corrente agli eventi. La nostra missione si sta complicando. Tu hai. PS, sembra che il capitolo francese dell'ordine non sappia dell'arrivo della nostra comune amica Sara. Non posso fare congetture, ma ritengo che sia giunta qui per motivi personali. La nostra amica Sara. Ok. Duchessa, potete informare Re Giorgio del sostegno accordato dal Santo Padre. Vi aiuteremo a finanziare il reclutamento di reggimenti di emigranti monarchici affinché combattano contro la Francia. Il vostro amico, Sua Eminenza Giuseppe Piaggi. Ok.
King's situation is worsening, but
Signore, mi ringrazio per aver consolato la regina. La situazione del re non depone al meglio, ma sono certo che si lascerà presto alle spalle questo brutto periodo. Durante il suo prossimo incontro con Sua Maestà la regina, mi dispiacerebbe chiederle di considerare la petizione che ho inviato al re in merito all'aumento delle tasse. Mi occuperò personalmente di condurre la nostra nazione al di fuori di questa impasse. Scusate ragazzi, ma la salute mentale di Re Giorgio sta rallentando i nostri processi decisionali. Vi ringrazio in anticipo del vostro aiuto, William Pitt, primo ministro del Regno Unito di Gran Bretagna. Ok. Niente, parliamo con Emily, vediamo un po'.
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Elizabeth was stabbed 9
Pugnalata 9
times.
volte.
No doubt she suffered greatly.
9 times? What monster is capable of such a horrible thing? Do you know what happened exactly?
Non lo so.
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me, you know.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent part of the evening with Elizabeth.
You're sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least.
In che rapporti
Did you
era
and
con
Elizabeth get to
Elizabeth?
know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
I hear you were in
Parla della
discussions with the
corrispondenza
Holy
con
See.
Piaggi.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
Non
I won't
abbiamo
keep you,
nient'altro
Emily.
da dirgli.
Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Ok, niente, possiamo andarcene. Non lo so, Emily comunque non penso. Perché se la storia doveva andare così che questa veniva assassinata, cioè non ci avrebbero fatto scegliere Emily o l'altra sera lei. Almeno la penso così. Quindi, non penso sia stata lei neanche. Forse. Che poi sopra ho messo in corte c'è la corda che hanno fatto la forma della stella, quindi
Monsieur Johann van Vulner. Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Niente ragazzi, io direi di finire qua. Spero che questo video vi sia piaciuto. Mi raccomando, lasciate un like, commentate, iscrivetevi al canale, seguitemi su Instagram e ciao ciao.